Alright everybody, welcome back to a brand new PTCGO video, guys, and today we're going to be looking at another rogue deck here for the standard format. Before Guardians Rising comes out, I'm just chilling, waiting for Guardians Rising to drop so that we have a plethora of new cards to look at. But today, guys, we're going to look at this Bronzong deck. Now, I only got one game with this deck, not because, deck sucks or anything, just because, basically, this video will be short. I'm just chilling, right? I'm chilling, waiting for Guardians Rising to drop. The quicker Guardians Rising drops, the better I'll be. Because kind of, guys, it's like, I'm kind of thin on decks right now. It's like, what am I going to make a video on? Do you want me to make a video on, a very generic deck that everyone uses? Do you want me to, make a video on a deck that's too popular? I don't know. It's just, I'm kind of drying ideas right now, for decks. But I thought of this one. I do really like it quite a bit. It's a pretty fun deck. Obviously, it has some bad matchups. I think the worst matchup you're going to get with this deck is definitely a deck that uses Rough Seas, since you don't have any stadiums. All you have is Delinquent, but using Delinquent to get rid of Rough Seas can be pretty untrustworthy. So I think Rough Seas is your worst thing that you run into. But other than that, this deck can definitely be a potential threat. I doubt it, but it's still fun to use, and we're going to look at it. So Bronzong has this attack, Pain Amplifier. For a DCE, you put 3 damage counters on each of your opponent's Pokemon that has any damage on it. That is insane. That may not look good, but if your opponent has a full field, and basically, if every Pokemon has 10 damage on it, which we will use Spinda. Spinda is what we kind of want to use to start with. It has the attack Uproar. Basically, for 1 energy, you do Uproar, which basically does 10 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon, including their bench. So, basically, you just damage their entire bench with Uproar, and their entire field with Uproar, and then you just come in with a Pain Amplifier, and the damage will stack up. And then in the late game, you come in with Meowstic and just clean up the board with Ear Influence. You'll see in the game I got, Ear Influence was pretty good. I even played against a deck that could technically heal the damage that I do, and we still ended up winning. But Ear Influence is a very good attack. Now, it's kind of underrated because Dusknoir isn't in the format of Standard. Obviously, it's only expanded in Legacy, but it's still a very good ability. Now, the attack, it's something else. There's not really any good spreading cards in the format right now. You got Umbreon, you got Decidueye, but those are cards that I don't think work as well. But with this deck, you can kind of just use Pain Amplifier to your advantage. If you think about it, just 2 Pain Amplifiers, you've basically built up a buttload of damage. You can probably take all 4 prizes just off of 2 Pain Amplifiers, if they have a full bench of Pokemon, that is. So it's very, very powerful. And the problem with Bronzong is it needs a DCE, which can be unreliable sometimes. Instead of 1 energy, you kind of need a double colorless, which, again, you can only run 4 of. It's got 110 HP, so Bronzong is really easy to knock out, which is another unfortunate thing. But when you just Pain all you really need is 2 Pain Amplifiers to take the advantage, because if you Ear Influence, you can kind of choose what you want to knock out. So it's like, okay, that threat in your active spot, I need to knock that out. So we'll Ear Influence, move all that damage to that, and then you don't really have any good attackers on your field, so I'm safe for a few turns to build more stuff up. So that's kind of the whole strategy behind that. And that's how that goes. Basically, you want to start with Spinda, you want to use Uproar on your second or first turn and just get 10 damage on your opponent's board. And with stuff like Captivating Pokepuff, you're going to force your opponent to put down Pokemon on their bench. This is good in general just to put down their Shaymins and stuff, so they're forced to have a Shaymin on their bench, so they didn't get to do Sky Return, which could be or Setup, sorry, which could be really, really good. So Pokepuff is great to put Pokemon on their board. 4 might even be a little better than 3, if I'm being quite honest with you, because sometimes you will whiff your Pokepuff, which could suck, but it's still good. When you're playing against a deck that uses Hoopa, like Volcanion or Darkrai, this deck can clean their board up nicely. So, basically, yeah, again, quick recap, you Uproar on your first turn, your first attack you want to do is Uproar, then you bring out your Pain Amplifiers, and you Pain Amplifier a few times, and if you're really lucky, Bronzong can take a few hits, and then you can do more Pain Amplifiers than you want. Then, in the late game, you just come in with Ear Influence, and then just win the game that way. It's a very simple deck, and even if you want, you can put on so much pressure with Bronzong anyways, you can win the game just alone by using Pain Amplifier and knocking out all your Pokemon. You could basically take all 6 prizes just alone off of Pain Amplifier. You don't even need Ear Influence sometimes. That's how good this can work, especially with Bursting Balloon, which we play 4 of. This is another great way of getting damage on the board. It's basically like them having more Pokemon on their field basically, it's just 2 pain amplifiers in 1 tool. So this will put more damage on the board to help you with your ear influence. Again, this deck tends to try and win the game very quickly, or at least take a huge amount of prizes in like 1 turn very quickly. So Bursting Balloon will help put damage on the board for ear influence. We do play 1/1 Garb, and I just have this in here in case you play against Decidueye or Vileplume or something, just so like when you play against something like that, that you don't have to worry about Feather Arrow picking off the prize, picking something off on the bench and whatnot. Also, shutting down Volcanion can be good. Or just shutting down abilities in general is amazing, so I just threw in a 1/1 Garb. I had a Alolan Muck in here originally, but I think Garbodor might be a little bit better. So yeah, we got 2 Shaymins for draw support. I would call this a budget deck, but Shaymin's in the deck. I mean, Shaymin's probably going to drop in price anyways with Tapu Lele coming out very soon, so I don't think Shaymin's going to be very expensive much longer, but yeah. And by the way, I think you could split the Shaymins with 1 Tapu Lele when it comes out, because Tapu Lele could be good in this deck, especially when you want a Tapu Lele for Delinquent to get rid of a Rough Seas. Going to the items, we got, again, captivating Pokepuff. This is how you're going to put Pokemon on their field. 2 Heavy Balls. Heavy Ball can grab you your Bronzong and your Garb. So we got 2 of them, just nice so you don't have to discard card from your hand. 1 Level Ball. Level Ball can either grab you Bronzor, Spinda, Meowstic, Espurr, or Trubbish. 1 Special Charge. We're going to need this to get our double colors back, because again, that's the way we're going to be doing Pain Amplifier, is with DCE. 2 Super Rods. Yeah, again, Bronzong isn't very sturdy, and also sometimes your opponent will immediately see the Meowstic on the bench, and they'll try and knock that out as quick as possible. So we do have the Super Rods to get those stuff back, because we only play a 4-3 line of Bronzong. 1 Switch. A lot of stuff in this deck have big retreat, like Bronzong and Garbodor. 4 Ultra Ball for your searching. 4 Via Seeker for your sporters. It's also good to have Via Seeker over, like, the thing is, right, if you wanted to get rid of the Rough Seas lock, and the Rough Seas, you know, kind of threat, you don't just throw in a random stadium and no Delinquent, because they will obviously outmatch you in stadiums. So with Via Seeker and Delinquent, it allows you to get rid of their stadium cards. You basically have 5 Delinquents, if you think about it. So you will definitely outmatch the Rough Seas. It's better than just throwing in a random stadium, calling it a day. Delinquent is the way to go. It's also great disruption. Who knows? This could even buy you time, right? You Delinquent your opponent's hand, they get rid of their entire hand, or a good majority of what they had, and then you just come in, and then you can kind of just trap them and keep them stuck, and you can just build up more damage that way. 2 Lysandres. This is amazing in this deck. 3 Lysandres might even be the way to go, just because if you bring something out like a Hoopa, or, you know, something with a huge retreat cost, trap them there, that gives you more time to do Pain Amplifier. We got 4 Ns. Again, we're not really going to be taking prizes every turn, and the fact that basically everything is going to get knocked out in 1 hit anyways, it's like you might as well just play 4 N, just so you can keep lowering your opponent's hand size. 3 Sickas. Again, I think the 4 N is better, because again, you're only going to be taking your prizes like more late in the game. By that time, your opponent will already have taken like 3 to 4 prizes by the time you pull off like a crazy play where you take all your prizes. So you're going to have 6 prizes, or at least 5 or 4, and then your opponent's gonna have like 2 left, so you can kind of lower their hand size that way. 4 balloons. Again, this is another great way of getting more damage on the board. 3 floatstones. So I mean, you kind of need it for, like, you know, this thing if you really want to. Floatstone could be good for Spinda to save it for later if it somehow survives the turn, and we need it for Garbodor. 4 DCE, so you can use Pain Amplifier, and we do have 3 Psychic. 3 might be a little amount since this thing is so, you know, usable. You kind of need your Meowstic, but I think 3 is fine. So yeah, this is my Bronzong Meowstic deck. It's a fun deck, it's a very cool deck, and who knows, it might have some kind of potential in the future, I don't know. I think the best thing that this deck could use is the new Tapu Koko. I don't know if Tapu Koko is coming out in Guardians Rising, not the GX, there's another one for like a DC, do 20 damage to your opponent's board, which will make this deck 50 times better. But thing is that card going to be in Guardians Rising? I think that will. I honestly think you can keep a Spinda though, because instead of having to use a DCE for your thing, you can instead just use 1 energy for Uproar, so I think Spinda is still the way to go. But, you know, the Tapu Koko is still a great tech card, so yeah, this is the Bronzong Meowstic deck. So yeah, let's go hop into some, well, not some, I only got 1 game in this deck, where I think I showed off the deck perfectly. So yeah, let's hop into that match, see it, and see why this deck could be fun. Okay guys, let's go find a match or matches with our Bronzong deck, see how this goes. Again, this deck is really good against those Hoopa decks, and you know, maybe this deck could be really good too against like a Skyfield. Could you imagine playing against Mega Ray with this deck? I think that's like an auto win, to be honest with you. So let's go with the coin flip. I'm calling heads, and Cyndaquil lets me down once again. Cyndaquil, buddy, I used to love you, but you know, that Totodile coin, or even the Chikorita coin, Kappa. So it looks like we're playing against Lurantis. Now, is this going to be Lurantis Plume? Plume is pretty bad. There's a reason why I do play the 1/1 Garb. In case we do play against something like this, you know, kind of Plume-based deck, we do have the Garbodor in the deck. So, hopefully we can be good here. I think we should. Looks like we are going to mulligan a few times, though, which is kind of unfortunate. But again, if you get the start with a Spinda, you're golden, because again, turn 1 Spindas are how this deck operates. And hopefully maybe we can not reveal what we're playing exactly, like kind of bait my opponent, make him not realize I'm playing this type of deck. Double Bronzor start, I mean, that's not the worst hand. If we can top like a Spinda, we can, you know, float the Bronzor DCE, the Spinda, and Uproar. And we even have a pokepuff, so we can maybe force some Shaymins down if my opponent decides not to play him, or we can force down Pokemon he might not even want to put down on his bench anyways, like a few more Oddishes and whatnot. A deck like this, most Pokemon have lower HP than the Lurantis. Lurantis can heal, which is bad, but it only heals its active. Like, it's only healing once, and we have balloons too, so the balloons can help. It depends if this is going to be Lurantis Plume. It still could be. I mean, he could be playing the Evolutions just as like a tech card, just to like, because one of my biggest problems I have with Lurantis Plume is the damage output is kind of just really awkward and clunky. So I think he's doing like Evolution, so he takes one shots while he has the Plume going. Is this going to be Plume though? I mean, he's played quite a few items. But, I mean, those items you usually see. Oh, Shaymin. Yes, please put that on your bench. Please put that Shaymin in play, boy. Yes, he did it. Alright, nice. He put a Shaymin down. Shaymin is amazing. Now, the only problem with Shaymin is you might actually knock it out with, like, Pain Amplifier before you get to move the damage around. But you gotta be careful. I think we Ultra Ball. We're gonna have to get rid of DC and a Pokepuff, I think. We kind of have to. I really want to get a Spinda down. He's got 4. He's got 5. Not never mind, 4. He's got 5. And the good thing also, he doesn't have any energy as discard quite yet, so maybe he might not get anything. We're going to have to play the end here. I probably will want to grab Garbodor, and there's Trubbish. We do get the Pokepuff. The good thing with Pokepuff, we can force my opponent to play something down, and then we can give him a full bench. A Trevenant, that is perfect. Now, if this dude doesn't have a Float Stone, that Trevenant is amazing, because all we have to do is Lysandre, trap it, and we can use that with the Pain Amplifier. So we can start a turn 1 Uproar. Now, everything has damage, his bench is completely full, everything has damage on it, so now the Pain Amplifier will get going. One thing I can see is Meowstic not being too effective because he's got lower HP Pokemon like Shaymin and like EVs and stuff like that, so maybe we might take knockouts. But I mean, if we build up enough damage on the Lurantis Trevenant, we can probably just take the rest of the prizes that way. But yeah, the healing could suck, but I think we should be okay. It's only on the active. We see a Lysandre though on my Bronzor, which is kind of weird. I'm fine with that. If we can top deck a DCE, we can trap that Trevenant in the active, but it looks like we don't. I think I'm gonna have to go Sycamore though, to be honest with you. He didn't do anything with his hand, he just Lysandre, meaning he may not have a supporter. Let's see how many DCs are in the deck. Okay, we got 2, so our DCs are good. So yeah, we'll grab this Bronzong, we'll put that Bronzong down. I think, yeah, we're gonna have to Sycamore here. I want to try and get Garb down. He might play Flareon, which could be pretty bad, in case he Flower Supplies me for a knockout. Okay, we didn't get DCE. I think I'm just going to keep Uproaring, to be honest with you. I don't really want to put down Shaymin either in this matchup in case, you know, the Solar Blade. So, I think I'm just Ultra Ball away the Meowstic, and that we can always get it back with Super Rod. And I think I'm going to get myself another Bronzong down, because that Bronzor could be knocked out on the bench. You know, I kind of just want to get 2 Bronzongs down. I'll hold on to the Shaymin. I just don't want to put down here. We're not going to put down. We'll go Uproar here, boom, hit everything for 10. And go from there. That seems like the best play. We're building up damage just alone with Spinda. I mean, we've already technically got 100 damage on the board. Or no, 120 damage on the board. What am I saying? So we see an Ultra Ball. Unless he grabs a Shaymin, he can't put it down. He grabs Flareon. So hopefully his hand's dead. He had a Lysandre last turn, so he might not have anything in his hand. So hopefully that's the case. Oh, he had an N. He must have top decked that. I kind of rushed it with that Pokepuff. So, there you go. Okay, we get another balloon, which is good. If he attacks into me, he's going to take this balloon damage. If he plays a stadium down, we can maybe delinquent him. Slow him down that way. We have a lot of options here. I do want to start doing Pain Amplifier, though. Okay, looks like he just passes. That's fine. I mean, we can still Uproar. I don't really see any problem with keeping the Uproar up. Like, he's got to knock out my Spinda eventually. I think I'll end him. You know, why not? We'll keep a balloon around. It's the only way we can really get damage on that thing. We do get Garb, though, meaning we will sacrifice our Shaymin, but I think it's at this point it's fine. And then next turn, we actually can Lysandre and trap that Trevenant, and then start Pain Amplifying. So we actually have a really good turn next turn, if we can pull it off. All we gotta do is just DC Bronzong and Lysandre that Trevenant, and then just Pain Amplifier our way to victory. And I think at that point, we build up so much damage, we just come in with Meowstic and win the game. No, but an N! The devastating N, folks. The N that devastated all hands. We had the perfect hand, and unfortunately that N came in. And We still got a DC, which is good. The question is, will my opponent take a knockout here? He can heal that 30, meaning he won't have the 90 from him from the balloon. He plays a Force down, which he didn't really need to do, because there's really nothing he can evolve anymore, but I'm fine with that. This is delinquent plays for days. So yeah, it looks like he's going to take a knockout. He realizes he needs to. So we can't play Shaymin down, but we can do Pain Amplifier. We do get a Sycamore top deck, which is actually not too bad. I think I'll just float that thing so that when we do Meowstic, maybe we can, like, you know, retreat it, keep it around. Super Rod, we can definitely get back that Meowstic. I guess we'll get back the 2 energies. Again, Meowstic is just way too important in this matchup. And we could get back Spinda too, but I mean, we have the 3. I think, yeah, no, you screw it. We'll take the energy. That's fine. We need to do the Meowstic, right? We only have 3 energies. Should we put down the Bronzor? I don't know if it matters. Nah, I think, yeah, we'll just do Pain Amplifier. But yeah, now you can see how fun this is. You know, we are going to take a prize on that Eevee, so some of the damage is taken off the board a little early, but we have enough damage. We can knock out this Lurantis and a Shaymin, but he's going to heal, so that play is kind of out of the picture. Plus, I don't really want to, you know, we're not going to win the game next turn anyways, so I think, yeah, if he wasn't healing, we would win the game, I think. No, actually, no, I don't think we are. Counting on this damage, yeah, I don't think we are. Never mind. But, you know, we're still in a really powerful position. We see Via Seeker, and I think he's going to end me here. He could Lysandre out that Espurr. But if he does that, we can just keep up the Pain Amplifier position, which is fine by me. Like, we just knock out his bench at that point. No, he's knocking me out. Okay, so he's going to knock out my Bronzong in the active, which is fine. So here. If we had a DCE, I can trap that Trevenant. Unfortunately, we don't have a double colorless, but if we can hit the Espurr, or the Meowstic this turn, sorry, we can take a knockout. So, I think we're going to try and go for this, just burn that heavy ball. Okay, we'll Psychic this, and I think here we'll go for the Meowstic. We're going to have to play N and hope for it. I can't really lose this hand right now. I mean, I could. Well, okay, we definitely got to bet those 2 DCs, those are very important. Yeah, I think we end him to 4. If we whiffed, I mean, we got 2 Meowstics and like a level ball. Okay, we hit it. We got it. We even got a Bursting Balloon. We got another Spinda. So I think we're doing good. Plus, we have a Psychic for that Spinda in case he knocks out my Meowstic next turn. I don't think he can. He can't knock it out with Flower Supply, so I think we're actually fine. We can just do this Ear Influence and knockout is active. This is the most painful part about this deck is moving the damage, guys. This is the most painful thing. But while we're doing this, you know what? Let's talk about Guardians Rising. Leave a comment down below. What card are you most hyped for in Guardians Rising? Let me know. Let me know what card you are most hyped for. And whoops, I actually just moved the damage off of that. I misclicked. like it's literally so repetitive. Sometimes you forget you're making these things. It's kind of funny. But yeah, anyways, what card are you most hyped for in Guardians Rising? Me personally, I think I'm most hyped for the Tapu Koko, or actually no, screw that. Tapu Koko's great. I'm definitely gonna look on making a video on that. My top 3 first decks I'm gonna do a video on. But you know what's even better than my boy Tapu Koko? Alolan Ninetales. Alolan Ninetales seems to be my favorite GX in that set, or my favorite card in that set. That card is amazing. Like, this is kind of the reason I'm actually making a video on this is because I was like thinking of like an Alolan Ninetales deck. And I was like, ooh, the new Tapu Koko, or like even Spinda with Alolan Ninetales is amazing. Especially with like Herdier and Aqua Patch. I'm definitely going to try and make it a Alolan Ninetales deck day 1. We'll see though. We'll see. I'm probably going to have to trade away quite a few of my packs, but I'm fine with that. Day 1 prices are always really inflated. But yeah, we can take out this Lurantis GX. And we can't knock out anything else, unfortunately. So I think here we're going to have to... I think we just let him sit. I think what we'll do is just put 10 damage on everything then, which is fine, obviously, because then, like, if we keep, yeah, we're gonna have to put 10 damage on anything else, but at this point, my opponent can't do much. We have Spinda if we want to go Uproar, we can Pain Amplifier if we get a DCE, so yeah, I think we just put 10 damage on everything, so that everything can take a Pain Amplifier. But yeah, I'm most hyped for Alolan Ninetales. That card is going to be lit. I'm going to try and make the Alolan Ninetales deck day 1. I'm going to probably lose a few of my packs and stuff, but hopefully I can pull one out of like actual packs I open. That'd be pretty sick. Probably going to upload a mini pack opening. I don't know, they don't really do good on my channel with views, you know, I don't really care. It's not like a 100 pack opening video. But yeah, my opponent probably cannot knock me out this turn, even with that Assault Vest going on that Lurantis. That's not going to make a difference, right? You know, Pain Amplifier pushes damage counters, and it's not actually attacking it. But yeah, we're going to have to go into Spinda here, guys. We can't... Oh, no, he's actually going to end me. If we can hit one of our DCEs, we're I think at that point we win the game. Like, we're gonna build up so much damage. Let's see, though. Oh, even better, we get the Lysandre and the DC. We just trap Trev. I think at that point we're gonna win, guys. Like, unless he plays Floatstone. He probably plays one. He might play Olympian Switch. But I think, yeah, we just trapped this Trevenant. Yeah, here we go. We're treating the Brawn. And yeah, I think we just trapped Trevenant and just pay an amplifier. I think at that point we're going to win the game, so I might as well go for it. Just burn this level ball. We're not going to need it just in case he ends me again. And we could balloon. Nobody just concedes. It's all good. We get 25 coins. But yeah, that was my game. And again, I only got one game in this deck. Again, guys, just because it's like... it's not really like I really want to make a video on this deck and make it like a long video, you know. It's just kind of just chilling until Guardians Rising, you know. Technically, I wouldn't even have uploaded a video until Guardians Rising actually drops. So I'm kind of just chilling, waiting for Guardians Rising to come out. I'll probably do one Legacy video, maybe this week, we'll see. But again, Guardians Rising looks lit. I'm definitely going to be doing a best decks of April, which you probably already saw before this video is going up. I don't know yet. I don't know when this video is going to go up yet. But thank you guys for watching the video. If you enjoyed, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my PTCGO content. Help me on the road to 2,000 subscribers. That'd be amazing. But yeah, leave a comment down below what card you guys are most hyped for. Again, I'm most hyped for the Alolan Ninetales. I cannot wait to try that card out. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on another PTCGO video. Peace out, like the video, and subscribe for more. Peace.